Hi Virgo, welcome to your June 2016 love reading. It's Raina here. So the overall energy for the month of June for you is this Tower card. And a lot of people get nervous when they see that card because they think of something happening that's a calamity. You know, something comes out of the blue and totally shakes them up in a negative way. Well, I just want to kind of reiterate the intention of these readings is not only for people in troubled relationships, but also people who are single. So this could indicate you falling in love at first sight and it being like a lightning strike and just taking you by surprise. You know, that's how love feels like for some people. Now, yes, maybe there is a revelation that occurs that is more than a little bit unnerving. I picked a card in the middle here that describes the recent past, and it is the Emperor card, and this card can relate to that shock and awe, and it can mean that, and the Emperor card can relate to whatever happens that is sudden and disturbing, if that's how it plays out for you. The Emperor relates to either somebody who is in law enforcement or a military person. It can actually be the sign Aries, so if you're involved with somebody who is either a sun in Aries or has it prominent in their chart, or it could be just showing the type of influence that this person has, which is a very rigid influence, a very controlling influence. Something may have happened with this person that led to the disturbance. Or for those that it was a positive experience, it's that you fall in love with somebody who is a police officer or is an Aries person. So it can be something along those lines. And then I have a card for the higher message in this explanation of the situation, and it's the Hierophant card. And so the Hierophant card refers to the spiritual dimension in life. But there's also kind of a traditional aspect to it. So it can relate to marriage when we're talking about love, you know, putting a ring on it. So, for instance, if, let's say, you find out that your spouse, who is represented by the Emperor card, has been cheating, and it is a very big shock to you, it could be saying that, you know, this person was not honoring the vows of marriage. And so, in other words, that it's good to know these things so that you can go towards what it is that you want, that you're not living in the dark. For some people, if you are not legally married, but you wanted to be married to this person, this card, the Hierophant card, could be saying that, you know, yes, it is a shock that this happened, but now you're free to find somebody who is going to give you what you really want. For singles, it could be that you fall in love with somebody who is like the Emperor, and you are thinking about marriage. You're thinking about this as a keeper. So it's very interesting, very dramatic to start out the month, or to kind of flavor the month of June. And then we have the influence that is kind of hidden from you, and this is the Chariot card. This could be kind of what is crossing you. The Chariot refers to someone who is taking control of their life and is very focused and determined to succeed. Now, if it's crossing you, it could be if you are a very ambitious person. This could be interfering with your ability to meet somebody, or even in your marital situation, if you're in some kind of marriage or committed partnership, and it's kind of seeing a rocky period of time, it could have something to do with your inability to really devote time to the relationship because you are so focused on some other endeavor that you really want to accomplish. And basically what this is kind of hinting at is that you have to realize that you can only do so much and give so much to one thing. There's that myth about having it all. Well, something has to give sometimes. If you're really focused on a particular project, you may have to let other things slip for a while. And sometimes relationships suffer when there is some sort of, a rival for that relationship in the form of a high-powered career or some particular project that the person is working on. And maybe the people are compatible overall, but the other person feels like they are being neglected emotionally. So it could be saying that. Now it could also be saying that a Cancer person is involved. And maybe this is someone you don't know about. Now maybe this Cancer person is connected to the shock situation. And so if there's any kind of infidelity, maybe the other person is a Cancer who is with your partner. What is actually something that helps you, an attitude that helps you in June, is the Ten of Swords, which, does that look like a real great assistance to you? Well, actually it is, because the Ten of Swords is all about stopping the bleeding. It's like hitting bottom and now being able to rise up and get over a particular betrayal that has happened. And so it really tells you that the worst is over. So if you have been through something very traumatic and are kind of picking up the pieces, the Ten of Swords indicates that the chapter is closing, and it allows you to be able to move on without having that residue of emotion still lingering. And a lot of people remember that, especially when there is a surprise situation, they feel like they can't get over it, and they get into a real rut of negative emotions if something kind of hits them. I'm sure we all know of cases where people had a very bad experience, and it could be traumatic in terms of it being such a shock to their system, like the Tower card represents, and they carry it with them, and they project it onto later relationships, and it haunts them. So when you have the Ten of Swords, it shows that whatever has happened is something that you're not going to allow to linger, and you're able to heal from. So even though it looks bad right now, don't worry about it. You're going to be just fine. The advice is the King of Wands, and this is a card of like the consummate leader. And when we think of wands, we're talking about fire signs. So this could, literally represent somebody who may be in your midst right now, and maybe you've been kind of avoiding. That person may even give you a hint or a word that they're attracted to you, that they like you, and you're kind of still stuck in the past. So this would deal with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius person. As I have said before, I see particularly cases of Virgos and Sagittarians because they're both mutable signs. But of course, I do know also of Leo and Virgo. So that seems to happen sometimes as well. But it could be a particular person, but it can also be just an attitude that comes about when you have recovered, because this is a very enthusiastic energy, and it's a very extroverted energy. It's a double masculine energy with the King and the Wands. And so you may be feeling a lot more sure of yourself. You may regain your confidence after this has blown over, and it allows you to attract good into your life. You know, having mastered whatever happened. Now, this could actually be a situation where your career takes off, and so that really helps boost your confidence. That's always a possibility as well. But it just is really about being your own master and being able to kind of weather the storm with grace, because the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. And remember that aces represent beginnings. So this could be a beginning with an earth sign person. If the King of Wands represents your nature, then the Ace of Wands may represent the nature of the person that you form a relationship with, which could be a fellow earth sign. It could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or Capricorn. Or it could be a new job situation where you are potentially going to put yourself in a position to meet someone new. Or at the very least, you may be focusing more on that aspect of life and less upon your love life at the moment. But it's going to be something that can help you to, you know, positively focus your emotions and channel them into something that is tangible, rather than, you know, sitting there and worrying about another situation. So for some of you, this may be very good career energy that is the outcome of whatever happens. And of course, Jupiter has gone direct in your sign starting on May 9th. So this can really help you overall until September. And even in September, it will be going into your second house of earned income. So you may be on a very good run for career energy. And perhaps the love life will either be put on hold, or you might meet somebody in that arena. But it's going to be good for you, I think, Virgo, and I hope you like this. If you'd like a personal reading, please click on the link below, and have a great June. Bye.